Sorry about that. One moment. All right.
Just a moment, students. Wait, freeze. I just want to quickly say, come up in a group real quick, right there. And I want you to turn around. And do you know that this week is Teacher Appreciation Week? And I need a huge thank you to all of the teachers out in the audience. Can you do that for me? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, teachers! Well done. Now, go find your folks. Thank you. I'm going to give the school board an opportunity to return back to the dais. And Dr. Tarkington, if you would come to the podium I have a feeling it's going to be a little chaotic for a minute or two, so turn on that microphone, get it set up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Bola. The inner teacher is coming out of her, right?
I already did. Yeah. Thank you. I believe everybody is back. Dr. David Tarkington is the pastor at First Baptist Church of Orange Park. If you would all please stand with me.
Thank you for allowing me to be here tonight. Join me in a word of prayer, if you would. Father God, we thank you for the great privilege we have to call Clay County home. We acknowledge and recognize that many new people want to call Clay County home as well. So we pray, Lord, for the school board, for the teachers, for the administrators, and all of those who serve in our schools, because that is one of the major reasons a lot of people wish to call this home as well. And we are thankful for that. Lord, we are thankful for those who serve, those who do not vote, our children. We thank you, Lord, for the children that were represented here this evening, for the schools throughout our county, and we thank you, Lord, for all the hard work that is done on a daily basis to ensure that the very best education is offered to the children of Clay County. So, Lord, we pray for our school board. We lift them up to you, for our superintendent as well, and for all those in decision-making positions. We ask you, Lord, to give them wisdom, and we ask you, Lord, to continue to bless our county. We in Orange Park love our schools, and we love where we live, and we are so thankful for that. So, Father, we pray for your blessings upon us. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. While you're standing, we ask if you join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dr. Tarkington. I was expecting a spotlight to go on the flag when the lights went down. Sorry about that. We miscued the spotlight. We are calling the school board meeting for today, Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, to order. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. Welcome, citizens of Clay County. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to attend tonight's school board meeting. This meeting is our opportunity as your elected representatives to collaborate openly and to make decisions that will decide the future direction of our public schools and the education of our children here in Clay County. If you wish to address the board on an agenda item, there will be an opportunity to speak for 3 minutes. Please fill out a card like this one. They're in the back of the room, which you will find located in the back of the room, indicating the specific item number or topic you wish to speak about, and turn it in promptly. No additional cards will be accepted. Once the board moves to the public comment section under presentations from the audience, and granted, I give you a pretty lengthy hint as to when that's going to happen, so your participation is always welcomed and very much appreciated. Thank you. The artwork today is located in the display cases in the back of the room, and of course, it's been done by Orange Park Elementary students. Shelby Brommer is the art teacher there. Whoop, 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 whoop. Is Shelby in the room? Oh, stand up, Shelby! Yay! All right, all right. And again, and again, and again, thank you, teachers, and happy Teacher Appreciation Week, which should be the entire year. We know that. Okay. We're going to recognize our President's Volunteer Service Award recipients. Ms. Howell, language arts teacher from Orange, there you are, language arts teacher from Orange Park High School.
Okay, so before we recognize these young people, I'm going to explain a little bit about the award. So in 2003, the President's Council on Service and Civic Participation founded the President's Volunteer Service Award to recognize the important role of volunteers in America's strength and national identity. This award honors individuals whose service positively impacts communities in every corner of the nation and inspires those around them to take action too. The PVSA has continued under each administration, honoring the volunteers who are using their time and talents to solve some of the toughest challenges facing our nation. We have 3 outstanding recipients this evening. The first is Isabel, who will graduate from Orange Park High School with well over 2,000 hours of community service. At last count, she had 1,967 documented hours. She counts OP Outfitters, Quigley House, and Palms Medical Group as some of her favorite places to volunteer. Our next recipient is Reagan. Reagan has well over 1,100 hours and is also a junior at Orange Park High School. Her volunteering includes both 4-H and the Teen Fair Council. And then finally, we have Lindsay from Ridgeview High School. She has well over 500 hours and counts as one of her favorite days ever, the day she turned 13, and finally got to volunteer inside Ronald McDonald House. Her favorite present that year was her engraved volunteer name tag from Ronald McDonald House. Clay County is very proud of each of these students, and congratulations to each of you. Now we're going to go up there. Hang on, Isabel. Hold on. Okay, go take pictures. I lost Mr. Gunder.
We've got all of our photos.
Yeah, I
One
wanna
more?
get a picture of Mr. Gunder, because 2 of them
Yep.
are kiddos.
Oh, wonderful. Teachers and principals, yay. You betcha. If you are standing by one of the light fixtures on the wall, if you could move to your left or right about 6 inches, we would greatly appreciate it. Thanks. These things do happen, and you know, those technical difficulties we know how to take care of. Very good. Our next is going to be a recognition of our poster contest winners by the Clay Soil and Water Conservation District. These guys came up last year and gave some awards, and we're happy to have them back. Mr. Ted Clark is the district supervisor for Clay Soil, Water, and Conservation. I'm going to let you introduce your cohorts. Thanks.
In the front center. Have to make sure it works.
There you go.
Sorry.
You can use that front table if you want to. There you go. Okay.
Maybe Richard wants to hold them. Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you all so much again for having us once again this year. Again, I'm Ted Clark. I am the chair of the Clay Soil and Water Conservation District. I have my counterparts here with me tonight. Supervisor Wes Taylor, he's our veteran. He's been on the board, I think, for about 20 years, and also Supervisor Richard Russell. A little bit about us real quick. If you do not know who we are an elected board of supervisors of 5 elected representatives. We represent the entire Clay County area. We do not have any form of governing in the sense that we can't do any taxation or anything. So if you have seen the TV show Parks and Recreation, Ron Swanson would approve of us. But either way, our main goal is to help promote and educate conservation practices. So one of the things that we actually do every year, along with the state and national organization, we do a poster and speech contest, and it is open to anybody in Clay County. And tonight, we just wanted to present some of the, or all of the winners from the Clay County School District who received first place in our poster and speech contest. I'm definitely, as a product of the Clay County school system, very proud of being through here. Very nice to see my alma mater, Orange Park Elementary, do very good, staying strong. So, but we'll go ahead and get started. Oh, sorry. We'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to jump here to the speech real quick. We'll go ahead and get them first. A few stats real quick. So We actually only had one middle school entry. We had 7 high school entries from 3 different high schools here in Clay County. So the first one will be our middle school entry is Rhea Patel from Lake Asbury Junior High School. Just go on up there. They'll give you your award. Oh, I heard something.
Rhea, were you in the spelling bee? That's where we saw you before. Well done, well done.
And I should click it next. For the high school category, we have Audrey Hopper in 11th grade from homeschool. Oh, there she is. Congratulations. We're very grateful to have speech contest entries this year. We did not have any of the last 3 years. So we had a 100% increase. But anyway, few quick stats about the poster contest. We actually had 1 K through 1 submission, 2 second through third grade submissions. We actually had over 30 4th through 6th grade entries and over 50 7th through 9th grade entries and about 1 dozen at the high school level. So we'll go ahead and get started here with the poster contest winners in our K through 1st grade category. I apologize in advance if I mess up any of these names. So probably Johan Kang or Kong, 1st grade from Montclair Elementary. And our winner from the 2nd through 3rd grade entry is Joel or Joel Kang or Kong in 3rd grade, Montclair Elementary. Congratulations. And you're more than welcome to come up here and take pictures real quick. So I should have said that to begin with. In our 4th through 6th grade category, we have Shiv Patel, 4th grade from Tynes Elementary. And our last one from the Clay County school system is in the 10th through 12th grade category, Amy Ibrahim, in 12th grade from my alma mater, Fleming Island High School. Okay, well, either way, we'll make sure she receives her award. So, again, I really am grateful to see all the entries this year, especially in the speech contest. Again, I know we have quite a lot of talent in the Clay County school system, so I'm very proud to call it home. But other than that, we would love to take some more pictures here, and we would love to have the school board and the superintendent as well. By the way, thank you so much, Mr. Brodsky, for coming to the Arbor Day event at Grove Park Friday. Again, thank you all so much tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. We look forward to seeing you all again next year, of course. Another favorite start of another point of the evening lately, you've been coming back with a few champions, state champions, Mr. Scromo.
That's right. Thank you, Ms.
So,
Bola.
take it away.
All right. Good evening, Mr. Broski and the school board. I think when Mr. Broski had this idea of recognizing state champions is like, we'll have one board meeting. We've been here at every board meeting for the past 3. It has been absolutely. It's been just an absolute unbelievable year in athletics, and as I always say, it's important to say this, that there's people that go 30-plus years coaching high school athletics and people that go all the way to the professional ranks that don't win a state championship. So these are truly special. Tonight we're honoring weightlifters once again. This young man comes to us by way of Oakleaf High School. He set a total of both his bench press and his power clean of 645 pounds. FHSAA state champion, Mr. Gabe Oliveira. Look at that picture. If that doesn't scream just resilience and triumph and grit, I don't know what does. This young lady, it's kind of cool. Before I became the county athletic director, I had a really good relationship with Ava at Ridgeview. She's the definition of a teammate. She's the definition of a good person. She's always got a smile on her face. I actually was in the community at Firehouse on Saturday grabbing a sub, and she was in there working, and it was just so cool. I said, "You're going to be there Thursday?" She said, "I'm there." The FHSA started a new lift this year in weightlifting called the snatch, which is where the competitor takes the bar from the floor all the way above their head in one motion, and she is the inaugural FHSAA Snatch Girls Weightlifting State Champion from Ridgeview High School, Ava Haber. So you probably noticed my blue suit jacket tonight. I know it's a little bit loud, but I had to represent for the back-to-back state champion Keystone Heights boys weightlifting team. And I'm just going to tell you, they didn't kind of win a state championship by a couple of points. They smashed the competition. It was not even close. And I can tell you just real quick, the culture of Keystone Heights weightlifting program with Coach Lowry and Coach Reynolds and Coach Dickinson, and I mean this wholeheartedly, there's not one program in Clay County of all the 161 varsity sports programs that pulls for each other like these guys do. I've never seen a group of 14 to 18-year-olds truly hope and wish that their teammate achieves whatever lift they're doing. They have so much positive energy. What we're going to do is we're going to recognize the individual state champions first, and then we're going to bring up the team. Our first individual state champion, Mr. Ulysses Freed. How many medals do you got on? 4? Okay, he's got 4 medals on. Our next individual state champion, Mr. Logan Williams. Sorry, they said he's back in Keystone working out for next year. How do you say Breyer's last name? Our next winner, Breyer Skank. Our next individual state champion, Mason Dix. All right, so this time we're going to bring the rest of the team up. If you guys want to come on up. While they're walking up here and we hear the clank, 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 next week is the Super Bowl of Clay County Athletics. It's the Clay County Athletics Awards Show on Wednesday at the Thrasher Horn. And I can guarantee one thing, there's going to be a kid from Keystone wearing a cowboy hat. And it's awesome. Every single time we have one. I'm going to bring up their head coach. Let's make some noise. Back-to-back state champion head coach, Lance Lowry. I'm going to have him go down the line and introduce each lifter real quick.
He tasked me with, under this pressure, and making all your names correct. Oh, Lord help me. First off, start with the reason they have multiple medals, like you see Ulysses there with 4. Ulysses was an individual state champion in the snatch and a team state champion in the snatch. He's also an individual state champion in what's called traditional, which is clean and jerk and bench press, as well as a team state champion in that, all in one meet. He set all of these kids that won their class in the snatch set state records. First, it's the inaugural of the snatch lift, so everyone who was first place set a new state record. So that's pretty awesome. Ulysses Freed, senior, I'm going to miss him. Breyer Skank, I get him back next year. That's awesome. He's just a junior. Mason Dix helped us win the state championship last year. He's a senior. Set the school record with a 365-pound clean and jerk in the state meet just for the fun of it because he had it won with his second lift. Ben Ulch is just a sophomore. He'll be back with us next year. I'm going to miss Tyler Jenkins. Tyler Jenkins is a quiet leader, like kind of, but a heck of a young man. Going to do great, great stuff. Luke Snyder, another one of my leaders that are part of last year's team. I got Bryson. I've got Declan, I've got Wyatt. They all come back next year. They're sophomores. Then I got Jaden. Jaden's a sophomore. Layton's a 9th grader. Tyler's a junior. Trey is a sophomore. Jackson Herman lifted as a 9th grader in the snatch competition and placed. That's awesome when a 9th grader can do that. Nate Tisdale, I'm going to miss him. He's another one of our ones returning from last year that placed last year in the 154-pound class to turn around and have to move up for us this year because we lost a lifter. So we needed him to move to a 169-pound class where he proceeded to take 2nd place in the state. That's pretty impressive. Landon Hosepian, who is a junior, will be back next year. Damian will be back next year. He's just a 9th grader. This is my 2 assistant coaches, Steve Reynolds and Doug Johnson. Thank y'all so much. Y'all make this so easy.
Let's get a group picture. All right, let's get a quick group picture real quick.
Hey, all you little guys get up front. I like it to be like in there. Tyler, squeeze in there. One of y'all take a knee. There you go.
Well done, gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you for bringing it to Clay.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Well, as you know, tonight we heard from the Orange Park Chorus. We've seen Orange Park Art. And I am happy to introduce to you, as she saunters up to the podium, smiling. She only has what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
June 30th.
June 30th, there we go, left. Carol McCullough, you know, we always say we save the best to last. And this is our
Well-
last school presentation for the year.
And I'm going to
And
pass that compliment.
We wanted you to be, we wanted the best now, so
You're
welcome.
kind.
And tell us all about Orange Park
I
Elementary.
will, in a nutshell. When you give me 5 minutes to talk about the absolute professional love of my life, I can't do it. But I'm going to do my best to honor my time and to honor my people. Because it's not about Carol McCullough. It's about the faculty and the staff and the students and the parents of Orange Park Elementary School. So, ladies of the board, Superintendent Broski, OPE is in the house. Now, let's see here. You may learn a whole lot about my lack of technology skills, but we're going to try it. Oh, yay. Here's OPE, some numbers. We're not going to talk data. You guys know data as far as academic data. We're very proud of that data. I get to bask in the glory of our data. However, OPE in the house back there is who gets our data. They are in the trenches every day of the life, every day of their work life. In fact, I haven't tried it lately, but I used to try having some assemblies, some fundraisers. Oh my, Carol, you did that last one in 10 minutes. You got 7 for this one. So they don't want anything to interrupt their class time, and that says a lot about them. But some interesting numbers. We're 454 students, not the smallest, but one of the smallest Clay County elementary schools. We serve 24 out of 26 of our elementary schools. We have students that come to us. That's staggering. The only 2 that do not, you could probably guess, are our Keystone area schools. That's quite a drive. Even though the distance is worth the difference, it's still quite a drive. So we serve 24 out of 26. 57% of our students, if they went to their home school, it's a Title I school. If they went to their home school, it's a Title I school. 17% of our population receive ESE services, and that includes speech. 8% of our population receive ESE academic services. And I'm going to add that we barely hold on to one ES teacher. They're in the trenches. They are proof that any student can be taught, that any student can learn. It's not Carol. It's the teachers every single day. What makes OPE soar? Our faculty and our staff. Some fun pictures. Here are the grade levels. You see kindergarten there on your left. 4 out of 4 have been hired in my 12 years there. First grade team, 2 out of 4 have come during my 12 years. Second grade, 2 out of 4. Third grade, only 1. The other 3 have been there since BC, before Carol. And if they weren't, I would have hired all 3 of them. They are incredible. Sixth grade team, 2 out of the 3 came during my 12 years. The resource team, 3 out of the 4 came during my 12 years. ESE, the love of my heart. When Mr. Wortham put me at OPE, I laughed. I had to apologize quickly because I felt like I was incredibly disrespectful. But I was an ESE person all of my career. I taught for 9 years. Then I was a curriculum and staffing specialist at the county office for 11, AP for 6 years at 2 different schools. Then I go to a school with very little to no ESE. It was funny to me. But he had his reason, and boy, was he right. And I have told him since then, and I love that man. So we are okay. And he put me exactly at the right place. His wisdom was much better than mine. 5 of these 7 have come under my 12 years. What makes us soar? Incredible book fairs, like nothing I've ever seen anywhere else. We just finished one. What did we make? Almost 11,000, Karen? Yeah, almost 11,000 in a book fair. Unbelievable. Oh, poo. Oh, that wasn't nice. Oh, shoot. Colonial Days, 5th grade does this, and what an incredible job. We get to do different games with yarn. We make candles. We make some fritters, apple fritters. I mean, it's Colonial Days, and it's fun. Pioneer Days. See our little 1st graders? All of their desks were made like wagons. It was wonderful. Glow Day. That's fun. This is one thing that we did when we couldn't go for a field trip. We brought the field trip to us, and it was so fun. They're going to do it again this year. So what makes us soar? Oh. Well, let's listen.
Lunch and playing at recess. I love OPE because they have really good teachers.
This is what makes us soar, our students. These are 1st graders. We're going to hear from every grade level for about 20 seconds. This is why we do what we do. There are plenty of days I'm sitting in my office behind my desk, literally crying. And I get up and I go walk the campus. And I go and stand in the presence of these teachers and get hugs and hear these students and how they're learning. And suddenly everything is back in order again. It's why we do it. The children are precious. So these are 1st grade. These are 2nd graders.
OPE is wonderful and kind, and we are like a family. We have amazing teachers and an amazing principal. OPE is a wonderful place to learn and spend time with my friends and teachers.
Nolan.
What I like about OPE is that mostly everything is about teamwork and helping each other.
What I like about OPE is at library, when we find more interesting books, it teaches us a new thing to learn when we're trying to help someone. You can take something from the book and use it in your own perspective.
What I like about OPE is that it's a wonderful place to go to school, and there's a lot of clubs, and you get to meet a lot of new people and make a lot of new friends.
What I love about OPE is our resources, because they're really fun to go to in the morning, because during the afternoon you get tired.
What do you like about OPE?
Well, I make really good friends, and I have really good teachers that help me whenever I need help.
Yeah, it's like a big family, and it's super inclusive.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Super inclusive.
What do you like about OPE?
Oh.
Hi, my name is Lila Goddard, and my name is Rebecca Robio. We are 6th grade students here at OPE. We love OPE because of its family atmosphere. Everyone here is always kind, loving, and helpful. Everywhere you turn, there is always someone there to support and encourage you, give you a hug, or just say hi. I am so grateful to be able to come to OPE for the past 7 school years, and I know I would not be the same person if it wasn't for OPE's teachers and students. We are proud to be part of OPE's legacy as one of the best schools in Clay County.
Amen. That's what matters. are those little opinions. We have lots of clubs, like everyone else. We'll look at a few of them. A couple of our newest ones, we do have an art club, but we have an ASL club that we started this year. We had to make a list, a wait list. We're used to that. But we had to make a wait list because so many students wanted in the sign language club. Battle of the Books. We placed second for the county. I'm trying to toot the horn of the person that placed first, and I can't remember. Do you remember, Karen? Swimming Pen. Yes, congrats to Swimming Pen. Chorus. We've had some wonderful productions. Math team. 4th grade was second place this year. 6th grade was 3rd overall, and 5th grade was 1st overall. So congrats to the math teams. Run, walk. We won Run to the Sun this year. I think Lakeside Elementary, I don't know if they're here to help me, but I think they've won like 37 years in a row. So who could ever dethrone that? Well, OPE did with their run, walk, but anyway, we're proud of that. Rocketry Club, this was a new one this year. The kids loved it. Here again, we had to have a waiting list because so many wanted to make rockets and shoot them off. Safety patrols, the best of the best, rain or shine. Track, we had a great representation at track this year. The news team, touring tumblers, parents. I tell you what, I'm going to admit this because I'm retiring June 30th. But when I went to OPE 12 years ago, I called all the parents on campus ladybugs. They were everywhere. And I was not quite used to that. Remember, my background had not been where parents were this involved anywhere. I thought, oh my goodness, but you know what? When we were COVID and when we didn't have our parents, it was horrible. We actually missed them. They truly do a ton of stuff for us. They make life so much better at OPE, so much better. So our parents are a huge part of our tripod. They're at all of our events. There are snow cones, skate and space, just our carnival, lunches, doing a little yard work. Ooh, we need that over there. We have so many beautiful trees. More parents visiting classrooms, giving little lessons. I could go on for 16 hours. But I want to say one more time, what makes OPE great is not this person standing here. It's the people in the back, and it's the children, and it's the parents. I've learned to respect them. I honor them. I value them. I appreciate them. I can't imagine doing what I do without their talents and without their gifts. And it doesn't mean they don't come in every now and then and say, Miss McCullough, I'm done. To which I say, it's not May 27th, you can't be done, so what's our next option? And we come up with one. We're people. But boy, howdy, are they the best of the best. And that's why OPE is what OPE is. When I was first assigned there and I was going there, everyone, what makes it so different? I didn't know. I said, I don't know. You got to give me a chance to get in. But I want to thank you, Mr. Broski, for my journey. 39 and a half years, 37 and a half with Clay County Schools. And I've been a Clay County student since 4th grade on. To say I bleed Clay County is an understatement. I'm excited, a little bit different than I was pre-November 17th, but I'm still excited. And I know God has a plan. I know He has a next chapter for me. So I'm just waiting for Him to open that book. But thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your cards. Thank you for your comments, so many of you, when my sweet Jim passed away suddenly. I thank you for that. It has meant a ton to me and to my heart. Thank you very much.
Miss McCullough, don't go anywhere.
You know, when you talk about a servant's heart, This is what it looks like right here. I'm also going to tell you, when you look at schools and you start to
Participation in trying to get prayer back in school. Please think about it. Please start your kids with a prayer in the morning before they even set off for school. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for allowing us here tonight to even say anything about prayer back in school. It should have never been taken out. But you, as parents, grandparents, you have a voice. And you can tell your representatives that you want this prayer back in schools. I would like to thank each and every one of you for allowing me to say something tonight. I would like to have the parents, I thank them for even allowing me to speak. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Shannon Hubie?
Shannon Hubie, and my address is on record. It is Teacher Appreciation Week, and this is dedicated to all of the teachers, paraprofessionals, and therapists out there, especially those who have had a Hubie. Our boys have had amazing teachers, paras, and therapists throughout their time in Clay County, and for that, I will be eternally grateful. My youngest two boys have autism, and a question I often ask is, how do you thank someone who takes a nonverbal child and gives them their voice? So this thank you goes to Felicia Hattis, or Habby. This teacher has been with both of my boys for the last 2 years, and she has been with Bryce for 2 rounds of kindergarten and all the way to 2nd grade. Habby is enthusiastic, kind, and loving, and next year when Bryce moves up, we will miss her beyond words. So here's what I want her to know. Thank you for every single IEP meeting. We have spent hours around that conference table. We have laughed, cried a little, and worked tirelessly to create a plan that helps those 2 little boys succeed. You have been their champion and advocate as much as I have, and I can't imagine going through this process in the future without you. I know that teachers are slightly filled with dread when it's time for another endless rounds of IEP meetings, but you have always made them positive and encouraging, and I have left everyone feeling incredibly proud of my kids' achievements and hopeful for their future. Thank you for believing in my kids. Honestly, I feel like sometimes you believed in them more than I did. You saw that they were often capable of doing better, and you would create a learning plan or reward system or any number of things to help them reach their full potential. And I'll admit that there were times that I thought, he can't do that, or that'll never work. But I was wrong, and you were right, and I'm awfully glad I trusted you. Thank you for loving them. I know that teachers care about their students, but I truly believe that the bond we've formed over the last few years is special. And I believe that you have played a huge role in every achievement that they have made over the last 4 years. You've taught them to read, you've taught them math, but more than that, you have taught them to have self-confidence and believe in themselves. And I know that they will have wonderful teachers in the future, but there will never be anyone like you. I'm pretty sure you are actually Wonder Woman. And if you don't already have a superhero cape in that classroom of yours, you might want to check that Amazon box that I shipped to you this week. To all the special needs teachers out there, thank you is not enough. You deserve so much praise and appreciation, and I wish I could give you the world, but I have this. Thank you for giving us our babies back, for your hard work and endless love. Thank you for celebrating our milestones with us and crying tears of frustrations at setbacks, the delays and paperworks. Without you, we would not be the parents that we are. And please know that I will forever be your advocate.
Thank you so much, Ms. Hubie. Lisa Towns, if you would, there we are. Once again, state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Lisa Towns, 2807 West 45th Street, Jacksonville, Florida. I, like my sister Trudy, am I don't have any words. We have been going to every school board meeting in the state of Florida advocating for prayer back in school. It's not a religious thing, it's not a denomination, it's not a race, definitely not political, but it's principle. With the children and their achievements, the parents, the teachers, truly this atmosphere, this energy, this synergy is amazing. But it's one thing missing: prayer back in our children's schools. The children here, they receive the accolades and honorariums, but what about the children that are struggling mentally? Bullying, assaults. We don't want to talk about that, but it happens in every school. So just like Trudy said, let's not think about putting prayer back in school. Let's put prayer back in school. We have gone to Tallahassee and petitioned for prayer back in school. So we need 1 million petitions signed from Floridians to make this happen. If we love our children, and I know we do, I have 3 myself, this is the first thing that we teach them every morning and throughout the day. Prayer back in school is not expression of religion or denomination. But just like mental health is skyrocketed, where is the spiritual education? You see, we're all spirits, we're just hewn down by flesh and blood. So let's not think about putting prayer back in school. Just like the children were here receiving their awards, we can have 3 times as more, but we got to cover them in prayer. I thank you for your time, Mr. Superintendent, School Board. Let's not think about signing the petition to put prayer back in school. Remember, it's not political, it's principle. I grew up in prayer and Pledge of Allegiance. It's not the moment of silence, it's speaking out about our children. They're dying at record number because no one is feeding them spiritual growth. To put prayer back in school, this is what we must do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Towns. Judith Chappelle?
Hi, good evening. My name is Judith Chappelle. I'm at 1604 Royal Fern Lane in Fleming Island, Florida. I am here today to, number one, say thank you. Thank you to all of the school board members. Thank you to the teachers. I have spoken several times about my granddaughter, Michaela, and I wanted to let you know that I have received results. And I know a lot of times people complain, but they never come back and they say thank you for the results that they've received. I have, since my conversations, since my emails, since my complaints everywhere concerning issues, I have received meetings with Michaela's teachers. I've received conference calls. I even received a call from the assistant superintendent. And I am getting results back from the calls that I've made. And Michaela has been getting tutoring. She's got an FSA tutoring that took place with some other students. So we are making progress. And I wanted to come back and say to you all, thank you. Thank you for the fact that this squeaky wheel, and it will continue to squeak, is getting some grease. I do continue to have my concerns about the screen time. I know that hopefully that will be addressed as time progresses and the way that schools and teaching is going on, but I know that we'll have to work on those things together. I will continue to do my part as a parent. Trust me, parenting at 64 years old and 11-year-old is difficult, and I will continue to ask for your help. So this wheel will continue to squeak, and thank you so much for your help and the way that you guys gave me the assistance that I need. So this is just today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Chappelle. And we appreciate your squeaky wheel, and we look forward to hearing from you. Samantha Wernett, did I say that right? I apologize if I did not. I know, best sound in the world.
Samantha Nichols Wernett, my address is on file. I feel like I'm changing the mood, and now I feel guilty for being here. Good evening. There are three main components I believe that we are lacking in this county. Those three things being transparency, communication, and accountability. And here is one example. A data survey provided by the Climate and Culture Department was given to our teachers and students in regards to their school experiences. It was highlighted at last month's board meeting, and it raised red flags because, for one, I wasn't notified of this survey my child took or given the chance to review and opt out of it. I was taken aback because of the awards received from the district to the admins, and the fact that these surveys could unfairly reflect on other admins as well. I was specifically told to not call them awards but celebrations, although I quite literally watched the admins receive awards on questions our children took. For example, number 2, I like the way I am. When I inquired on why admins were graded on questions such as this, I was told that not all of those questions were used for the awards. In fact, one admin I spoke with didn't know which questions were used for those. That seems unfair to our administrators. Then I inquired on why the parents weren't notified, and I was told that they were posted on each school's website, and I don't think that's transparency. That's kind of sneaky. In the school board policy, there is very specific verbiage on surveys, and it states partially in summary, prior to written consent of the parent for the student's participation, parents' options to opt out, and a parent notification of surveys, especially with outside resources. And these surveys had questions directly from PBIS and CASEL surveys. More importantly, the timing of the survey in the fall, when historically the lack of safety progresses through the school year, it's counterproductive, in my opinion, for accurate data. In fact, now it's gotten so bad in some of the schools, when I brought it up, I was told that they're actively having meetings to try to get that under control. I was told also that Google Forms are anonymous, but I know from Google Forms that whoever administers the form would have to make that anonymous, and without seeing that form, how would we know that they are in fact anonymous? Once again, transparency, communication, and accountability. So I took my own survey of parents, and here are the results. 96% said that they were not notified about the survey. 98% said that they would like to know what the results and how their children answered those questions. And 100% said they weren't comfortable with the county having that data on their children. There's been a severe lack of communication between parents in the county, in my opinion. Florida defines custody to parents to make sole medical, religious, and educational decisions. With all issues, we need to be more cognizant who they define as the custodian and guardians to these children, and remember that while they go to school to learn and receive education with full trust and faith in the safety of our kids, the parents are the people who prepare them for the world around them. And I would also like to mention it's the National Day of Prayer, so I appreciate that.
Thank you. There are no further comments from the audience. We will now move on to the consent agenda. Nothing has been pulled from the consent agenda, so I will entertain a motion for approval.
I'll move approval.
Ms. Karakis has moved approval. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Bullock has seconded it. And is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. And if I may make a comment, we just approved 2 proclamations. I'm sorry. I'm trying to vote and talk at the same time. two proclamations, the first being proclamation number 2218, which is for Mental Health Month, which is the month of May in 2022. And the second is a proclamation number 2219 for Better Speech and Hearing Month. And in fact, May 18th is known as National Speech Language Pathologist Day. So thank you for that. Our next update, CCA. Ms. Kidwell?
Aw. Well, happy Teacher Appreciation Week. It's been a good week. Positive comments on Facebook about teachers. Like, the news has been great. Got ads everywhere thanking teachers. Read a lot of great sentiments about and reflected on many of my own about teachers in my life and teachers in my children's life. I have 3 that came through Clay County Schools, wonderful, wonderful teachers. So I want to say thank you to our teachers because Ms. McAuliffe is right. It's about them. That is the reason why everyone moves to Clay County. It's because of the teachers. They are amazing. And administrators like Carol, we hate to see them go because that's the leadership that helps teachers be the best teachers they can be, and we need more of that. She'll, I'm sure, won't miss us as much as we'll miss her. But today, I just want to leave you with a little crossword puzzle and I wrote a little thing about what teachers really want. So when I was a teacher, I loved the kids' cards that they wrote. I loved, the little gifts that the parents sent, all of that. But what teachers really want, what they really want is to be heard when we share the challenges and struggles of the profession, to be valued as professionals who care deeply for kids but deserve a competitive salary, to be supported in the mission to make a difference in every student's life, regardless of who that student is, to be defended by all who know the critical need for strong public schools, and to be respected as experts in a profession essential to an informed democracy. We need our public schools, we need great public school teachers, and we need to be standing up with them. So trust teachers. They are the professionals.
And then we get to do work. Thanks. No.
There's no test, is there?
Do we have to do this? We don't have to do this out loud right now.
Oh, good.
Right now, do we?
We can collaborate.
We're supposed to. Can we turn and talk to our neighbor? You can. Oh, awesome. Phone a friend. Very cool. Thank you. Advocate and appreciate. I know 2 answers. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Kidwell. Our CESPA update, Mr. Roberts.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
It's been a minute since I've been here. I missed you guys, really. No.
We've missed you.
I'd like to talk about a couple of things this evening. First, I want to give a big shout out to the police department. I travel this county a lot. Today was to Orange Park Junior. I went to Ridgeview Elementary. I went to Coppergate, and then I hurried all the way to Keystone. So I travel a lot to fix a lot of things in this district. And so during my travels during the week, in the months, days, I see the officers early in the morning time, especially if I get there early at, I don't get high school. They're already there, they're already in there. But junior high and elementary, by the time I get there, they're already coming in, and the police officers are standing out there, and they are greeting them, high five, hugs, and all this other good stuff. Hey, miss, hey, mister, and all this other good stuff. And I said, you know what? They need a shout out. I don't think we've given them that much this year. Um, Chief Wagner, I talk to you every now and then because you're right next door to us. But you guys are doing really good. I notice it, and just today I seen it at the elementary schools, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna talk about them today. I got some other stuff to talk about, but I want to make sure that you knew that your guys are doing a good job out there as far as I'm concerned. When it first started, I know there was a lot of apprehension about the police officers and our police force here, but I tell you, I look and I see the biggest one is at Keystone High. She is phenomenal. She will have you laughing for days, and it's almost like I knew her for days. I forget her name, but she will have you laughing and have you thinking about some stuff that you probably never even think about in your whole life. And I just want to give a shout out to the police officer and Chief Wagner. You guys are doing a good job. Like I said, in my opinion, that's out there. Also, I would like to talk about the bus drivers and the monitors for ESE. We need to find a plan, not only to safely drive the ESE students to and from their home and from the school, but also the bus drivers and monitors. We know that we try our best to rein them in, but we can't touch them, we can't grab them, we can't slam them up against walls and stuff like that. But the monitors are getting beat up. We have to find a happy medium. When you have a monitor to get punched in the face by a doggone 13-year-old and almost knock her or him out that's back there, and because they're that strong, they're ESE. It is what it is. But somehow we gotta find a happy medium, put it somewhere on the agenda, find a way. They're not SCM qualified, Safe Crisis Managed. They're not Safe Crisis, they're the monitors. So we have to find some way in that small closed space on that bus to not only save the child, but to save that monitor that sits back in the back of that bus. Feet, face, arms, legs, they are getting hurt. Then they have to go on, what's the word? Workman's comp. Nobody wants to go to workman's comp. People want to go to work. Sitting at home trying to heal up, nobody wants to do that. People want to come to work, do their job. A lot of people love their job, and they want to come and do their job, but we have to find a plan for these bus monitors. We have to have a plan for some of the bus drivers, period. The bus drivers, they do double backs, triple backs, whatever the case may be, and then they have to deal with people or the children in the back of the bus. Somehow we got to start holding the children accountable, whether they're junior high or high school, accountable on that bus. We can't just turn around and say, hey, don't do it no more, 1-day suspension. No, we got somehow might have to need some kind of mental help, some counseling, something in order to straighten these kids out. Bus drivers, they got an important job to go ahead and carry these children safely from home to school, from school back to home. And right now, I think we've gotten away from back when I went. Back when I went, there was a paddle with a hole in it. I know we can't do that nowadays because most of us will probably go to jail. So we can't do that. But we have to find another way. We got a lot of minds here. We got a lot of minds over in transportation. Mr. Scott, where you at? I know we can all sit down and try to find a way to save these drivers and these monitors. We talk about the children, and that's all fine. We're doing a good job. We're not hurting any children that's out there, but we gotta save the employee also. Also, let's talk about our record secretaries and our ESE secretaries. Let's talk about allocations. I see that's on the agenda here, but I don't think that's for them. We have, a while back, have voted to increase either assistant principal or assistant principal or vice principals at schools according to the allocation or the number of students that's at that school. Whether you add a vice principal or you get a regular principal that's there. Now we got to sit there and upgrade the staff. These record secretaries are nurses, are ESC secretaries. They need help. They should not be able to take this work home with them, period. Yes, during the summer months, records come here, records come there, they get transferred here, they get transferred there. The allocations need to be adjusted. They cannot stay the same. We are moving in different ways, different hours. The schools are busting at seams in some areas, and we need to give them the tools in order to get the work done. Some of the ESC secretaries, they've been in synergy training twice this year right here in this room. That's crazy, all because it keeps changing. We have to do better for our employees. Going home crying because you have to do this and you have to do that and you didn't get it done right, and now it's going to be sitting right there looking at you again tomorrow, it's not right. We have to change the allocations for the number of people that's in the services up front in the front offices. Also, our custodians. I see that the custodian level at the schools are getting better. Yay, team. You guys are doing an awesome job. I don't know whether or not your job fair did any good with that, Mr. Brodsky, but I'm finding and hearing that some of the schools are fully staffed with custodians. That is an awesome job. I believe that with custodial, with our food service, and with other people, with this mandatory $15 an hour coming up by October 1, I believe that we probably will get some more people. But right now, I'm happy for that. That is it. I didn't want to rain on too many parades today, but I haven't been here in a while, so I had a lot to say.
You were catching up from the last couple of months. There you go.
I'm catching up here. But like I said, I wanted to make sure everybody who do recognition get recognition, and the biggest one, like I said, was the police officers at all of our schools who safely look after all of our children and walk the campuses. Oh yeah, there's one at Oakleaf Jr. He walks that campus like nobody. I think he gets at least about 10 miles a day. And we put a sound system out there, and every time I turn around, he was right there. Hey, how you guys doing? You need some water or whatever? He's always walking that campus, and I'd like to give a shout out to him too. All right, guys, I'm done.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts.
There was a lot to get up with. Thank you.
Always good seeing you. Now for our superintendent's update, Mr. Brodsky.
I only have about 67 slides today, but I'll pare them down. So we're gonna talk a little bit about teacher appreciation, our instructional career fair. I'll talk quickly. Senior career fair, our new CTA Academy. I see some folks from Garber out there. That's exciting news. Clay Teachers Lead, Math Field Day, Battle of the Books, April School of the Month, and upcoming celebrations. So just to dive right in, just want to give a sincere thank you to all of our teachers out there. There's no doubt that the heart and the foundation of the educational process is the teacher that's in the classroom. That's the gold standard for what happens in American education. Clay County is extremely blessed to have outstanding teachers that care about their students and provide world-class educational opportunities for each and every one of them on each and every day. You know, when I hear the current national narrative about public education, I always take a step back and take a look at what we have in Clay County, and we are truly blessed for the teachers that we have, and a big thank you to all the teachers out there for Teacher Appreciation Day. There's some pictures of some of the things, lots of creative stuff out there, like I think there was a donut giveaway, all kinds of stuff out there. You know, I know that we have this special week, but really what we need to do as a society is elevate teachers each and every day, not just on some special week that comes up. It's an incredibly difficult job and is the cornerstone of American democracy. So thank you so much, teachers. The Instructional Career Fair. It was great. We had about 150 people here. That's a picture of me in the middle. And I met maybe the youngest future teachers ever. I've got shorts that are older than those students. I'm pretty sure. Like I was standing next to them and I thought to myself, am I this old or are they really that young? It really was incredible to see the energy there and the number of people that showed up. We hired some people right there on the spot. We're going to continue to do that. As you know, in Clay County, we hire somewhere between 350 and 400 teachers a year. And as a result of that, and you know in today's labor market, it's difficult for every job, no matter what industry you're in. The education industry is no different than, I get an amen from the Garber folks out there saying, yes, you're right, okay, great. So it was a great event. I want to thank the HR folks, Ms. Troutman and her team, Sarah Lawson I saw in here before, who kind of spearheaded it and has a great energy about her. Just thank you so much for that. We need to continue to do that. And I always tell teachers, remember, you're the biggest recruiter for your school, right? Everybody knows somebody, and recruiting the best and the brightest is the name of the game in today's world. The Senior Career Fair. You know, we ask seniors, for those of us that have students in school, you might want to think, what are you going to do when you get out of high school? And sometimes you get kind of a blank look, right? Those of us that are high school teachers know that blank look. And so we said to students, we say, hey, what's your E? And E stands for either enroll, enlist, or get employed, right? When you think about it, that's really the three major categories of options when you finish high school. Nice shameless plug for the Valancourts there, if you didn't notice that, Ms. Karakis, at that table. A shameless plug for them. And the great sponsors that all showed up, about 100 businesses. 80 of them were vendors, businesses like Valancourt Construction, but 20 were post-secondary, military, other avenues. And the idea would be to put those things right in front of you, so students, you really have no option. When you graduate from high school, it's right there in front of you. I always find it amazing because when I walked around talking to all these business partners, they all said the same thing. Guess what they need? Employees. We need people, right? And guess who was walking around? Students. So I said, hey, this would be a great thing just to marry those two groups together. I want to thank, I see Kelly Mosley out here, Kelly Mosley, Alice Polk, and the CTE folks for putting that together. That's our first, this is going to be an annual event. Shake your head, yes, Kelly. Okay, yes, it's an annual event. It's a great event. I'm sure parents will catch on to the idea of providing their student with boundless opportunities. I want to take a moment to recognize Garber. I see Garber out there. I hate to put you on the spot, Kelly, but maybe can you introduce the folks from Garber? If the folks with Garber would stand up, I want to tell you about our newest academy out there. I know you're all embarrassed to do so.
So we have with us Zach Moore, we have Jack Garrett, we have Ron Ward and John Bullock from Garber.
That's awesome. And so let's talk about what this actually does. This actually will give students, you know, many of you've heard of ASE certification. You've seen it on patches of folks that work in the automotive industry. And typically those certifications are not manufacturer-specific certifications. And therefore, while they're good, they're not like the gold standard to be employed right away. So Garber Auto Mall is investing heavily within our program, as well as provided some additional training and some real life experiences for our students. And I look at it as a win-win. These students need these skills in order to be successful in life and to get a job. And for Garber, let's face it, they get some good homegrown Clay County students that are going to be excellent workers when they get out into the quote real world that everybody tells them about. So I just want to give Garber a big shout out, a round of applause now for their business partnership and this academy. Next, we had the Superintendent's Roundtable. It's kind of interesting. This is a group of all Teachers of the Year in our Clay County, as well as Teacher of the Year for the state of Florida. And we got together and we were talking about my favorite topic, teacher recruitment and retention, right? If you recall, I always speak of a three-prong approach. You have to have recruitment, you have to have retention strategies, and you have to create an environment where people want to work for the organization. Because let's face it, in today's world, people have options. There's 11 million jobs out there. There's 4.5 million people looking for jobs. That's, roughly 2.5 for every person. People who are seeking a job have options, right? So anybody that's competitive knows you have to make your workplace better than others in order to get people to work for you. And what that means in the education world is, one, we should pay people a fair wage. That's the first step. I think we made some progress on that. But also environmental issues, which are providing support. I remember starting teaching back a few years ago. That was a joke. It was 89, okay? And I remember starting at 18.3, and then the starting teacher's salary now is 47.5. So we're thankful to the Florida legislature for helping with that, and now we need to more for our veteran teachers. So it was a great discussion. It was no holds barred, a lot of great information, and very proud to be a part of that. I want to thank the foundation for that work. Math field day, let me tell you, that was my first math field day. That was an absolute blast. I didn't have any idea what math field day was. I showed up in a gym. There's 500 students, all parents surrounding the whole place. And then I asked, well, what's my job? And they said, well, you lead the wave. So then I started to proceed to run around and do the wave, and just the energy there of all of these students on a Saturday to do math, right? Can you believe that? Saturday morning, doing some math there. Great kids, great community event, enjoyed it. Battle of the Books was fantastic. Swimming Pen Creek, as you heard, was the champion, with Orange Park Elementary coming in second. Our School of the Month, Orange Park Elementary, but they left, so we'll have to give the award away to somebody else. No, I'm kidding. They are the winner, Lake Asbury Junior High on the secondary level. May celebrations tomorrow, big event. The groundbreaking for Spring Park Elementary School. Right now, this will be our 43rd school in Clay County. When I started, I believe there was 24. That would show the growth that we've had as a district. We are looking so forward to that. Tomorrow morning, we'll break the ground for that new school. It will open up in August of 2023, so we're looking forward to that opening. Tomorrow, I'll be out at Shadow Lawn with my apron on. I actually have an apron that they gave me that says, what does it say, Terry? Superintendent something. So I will wear that shameless plug to give a shout out to our cafeteria workers that work tirelessly out there each and every day. So I'll be out there serving in the morning. School Nurse Day is Wednesday, May 11th. The class of 2022 graduation is on May 20th. Ridgeview High School's on the 19th. And of course, Memorial Day. So before I turn it back over, we're going to go to two discussion items, and I kind of celebrated the Garber folks, and we appreciate your continued partnership with Clay County Schools. But we also have a pretty big deal here today. I want to introduce Mark Bailey. Mark, if you would please stand, and Travis Cummings. They represent the Bailey Group, and one of the items that's on our agenda today is for us to move to a self-funded program for insurance. And I just want to recognize our partnership with the Bailey Group and all that they've done to bring us to this point. In case you didn't know, a self-funded program is the sign of a healthy school system. Accounting, I'm thankful to Dr. Gutko, but we must have met 7-8 times, on this particular issue, and just so proud. This is a proud moment for Clay County, for our employees, to be in the position to do a self-funded program. What a self-funded program would do, and I'm certainly not going to pretend in front of these experts I might get critiqued, right, on whatever I say. But essentially, this would allow us to recoup some of savings that we would have been able to do within our system if we were self-funded. Of course, one of the challenges is you assume some risk in doing that. We've had 5-year actuarial studies done, and based on that, we believe this to be the right move. But I just wanted to recognize these two gentlemen, the Bailey Group, their continued partnership before I end it today. So with that, I yield back to you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Brodsky, just a note, Ms. Kidwell, while he was talking, I finished the crossword puzzle, so thanks. Can
I see your answer?
Yeah, you can share, there you go. She said we could cheat. Awesome. And I have to mirror this. Thank you to the Bailey Group, and thank you so much for what you do through our foundation as well for Tools for Schools. It is so greatly appreciated, and the staff that you send to help is awesome. And with that, going back to Garber Automotive, you guys rock as well. Every time I see Garber Automotive anywhere, I'm running up to them and just saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Not only do they help support Tools for Schools, but you guys now house Tools for Schools for our teachers to come and take whatever they need for their classrooms. And being a former teacher, I can't tell you how important that is to teachers, particularly so many of the new teachers that we get that come in and say, well, I can have paper and I can have pencils and I can have, and we're like, yes, take it. This is what you need. And it just goes so far to help our community. And of course, the car for our Teacher of the Year. Melissa Matz is very happy. I think she ended up selling her other car because it wasn't starting or some such thing, and they kept saying, are you sure you don't have a car to turn in? And she was like, taken care of, thanks a lot. So she is very happy, and that was above and beyond. We greatly, greatly appreciate that. Now, moving on to something a little bit more serious, unfortunately. Our first discussion item is Human Resources Special Action A. Do I hear a motion for approval?
I'll move approval.
Second?
Second.
Ms. Karakis has moved approval. Ms. Bullock has made a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The ayes carry it. Okay, that was the serious part of the evening. Now we get to get into the fun stuff again. Discussion item 2 is to approve the contract between Garber Ford Incorporated and the School Board of Clay County, Florida, for the establishment of an automotive maintenance and repair career academy sponsored by Garber and initially housed at Middleburg High School. And I just wanted to, before I hear a motion, I wanted to just mention Mr. Aftuck would have been here tonight. I got a message from him that said, I will not be at the board meeting tonight. We have district softball, regional championship state flag football, and our FFA banquet. I'm very excited about the Garber Academy. So obviously he was a little busy tonight and couldn't make it to our meeting. Don't hold it against him. Is there a presentation of this at all, or? Thank you. Do I hear a motion for approval?
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Ms. Gilhausen has moved approval and Ms. Karakis has seconded it. Is there any discussion besides all of the accolades we all want to give?
Just thank
so
you.
excited.
Thank you for your partnership.
And the fact that they were our career day as well, it's just a great opportunity. I mean, where can you learn the trade and then be hired? And that's what's probably going to happen. So we're so excited. Thank you.
We appreciate your support for the school system. Thank
We
you
do.
for everything you do for us. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. I feel like we should be taking pictures or something, you know?
I thought we were getting a car. Is that not?
No,
what-
no,
oh.
you don't get the car, no.
That'll be 5. We need 5 of them,
Teacher of the
please.
Year is not retroactive, otherwise you and I would both be in line for that one, wouldn't we? Yeah. Thank you. And we truly, truly look forward to
Do.
working with all of you.
Absolutely.
I have a feeling Clay High is going to get a little jealous.
Thank you, Ms. Halter.
Maybe that could be the second one down the road.
I have a feeling this is the beginning of something very wonderful with all of us. Discussion 3 item, transition the current district's fully insured health insurance plan to a self-insured program for the 22-23 plan year. Do I hear a motion?
I will move approval.
I'll second that.
It has been moved and seconded, and just starting the discussion, I'm looking in the audience and seeing one of the key players. From a number of years ago, what was it, 2000? You
It was
told
4
me
years
18?
ago. It was
14,
18.
4 years ago.
Yeah, it was
18, and Ms. Paiva, we are very happy to see you here this evening. Very happy to see you here. There she is. Wait, I told you so. Thank you kindly, ma'am. You know, she always has to get the last word in. Have you ever noticed that about her?
We should probably make her come up in the front so the people at home can see what she's wearing.
Yeah. Don't give her the podium.
No.
I mean, no.
No, that's Travis. We don't want to give it to Travis.
Travis, that's, okay, that's the other one. Got it. Any other discussion?
This
Just
just feels
so
like such a
grateful.
milestone.
It is.
Such a milestone.
Stay healthy, everybody.
Well, and the goal is to, with these savings, to enrich it so that down the road, it can be an even better package for our
Right.
employees.
Absolutely.
So I'm really, really excited about it.
And you know, for those of us who served during some really lean, difficult years, this just feels like we've come above and beyond what we even thought was possible.
I agree
So,
with you. This is what we wanted all along, and we're finally getting there.
Yeah.
Ms. Clark?
I was going to say, this is in my business background, so you know I'm going to support it, and I pushed it on the campaign trail.
Awesome.
So just happy to be a part of it.
Dr. Legutko, you do approve, right?
It's a little late now.
Nah, it was a joke between the
Speak
two
now
of
or
us.
forever.
Absolutely, you betcha. Well, you were on that trip 4 years ago as well, so. Not being any further discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Didn't think so. The vote carries 5-0. Absolutely. And we look forward to continually working with you, both. It'll be awesome. Thanks so much again for all of your support in this. All right, we're towards the end of our evening. Mr. Bickner, any comments?
I do have one thing I need to bring up. We have 2 items that were late for the board meeting tonight. I would like to bring them to the board on the 24th. If we can have an action meeting at 9 o'clock that would last for about 10 minutes. One is to a CDD contract for the swimming team for Clay High School, and the other is a contract with the Bailey Group. Both of those should have been or could have been on tonight, but for the fact that they were presented to us a day before, they were actually yesterday.
So that would be the 24th, which is our normal
24th,
workship
yes.
anyway,
So
at
we would
9
just- The only
o'clock.
thing we would do would be put that first and then have a workshop immediately after.
Does anyone see any fault with that? I don't. I think we're all fine with that. Thank you,
We're
Mr.
good,
Bickner.
thank you.
Any further comments? Awesome. You did copy it. Good job. All right, good job. I hope we got them right. School board member remarks. Ms. Gilhausen, would you like to go first this time?
Sure. I'll keep it short and sweet. Just thank you to all of the teachers who have dedicated countless hours, countless resources, some of their sanity. I know that we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. We're almost there, pushing towards the end of May, and I hope that you all know what a treasure you are to your students, to their parents, and to your board. We appreciate all that you do every day.
Ms. Bullock?
Thank you. Well, first of all, a shout out to Orange Park Elementary. That's where I started my career years ago. And it was a great experience. I worked with the legendary Ann Portavant, and God rest her soul. And I mean, I just learned so much there, and it was a great school. I'd like to shout out to our weightlifting team from Keystone Heights High School and all the students that were recognized tonight for the weightlifters. In other words, I feel safe when I drive home now because I know all those weightlifters are all out there in those woods. So, and of course, we had so many great events going on with the Battle of the Books, the math field day, and all of those kinds of things. But teachers, you're so appreciated. I went to Clay Hill Elementary School. They had a challenge. They were doing a survivor thing, and there's, I guess, a big winner. And so their challenge was they had to send out an email, I guess, to get somebody to come to Clay Hill outside of Clay Hill. So I drove out there, which, as you well know, it's on and on. And I got there, and of course, I'd made some little muffins, and then and when I got there, the teacher who was there, she was so excited, and she won points, of course. And so then additional points, so I had to, based on what my little spin was, I had an item that I had to read, and it was I had to go out and I had to put a nice note on somebody's windshield. Yes, and they got additional points. I had to take a picture, send it in. I mean, it was a long, complicated thing, but there's supposed to be a grand prize, so I don't know what it is, but I told her whatever it is, I hope I get a part of it. So anyway, it was a great week, and I'm so proud of our teachers in Clay County. They make such a difference.
Ms. Karakis.
You know, April and May are the busiest months for our schools with all the activities that are going on. Mr. Brodsky touched on many of the things that we went to. I'm so excited that Battle of the Books was back. And we were all there to see it. It's a great competition, and those kids are all so bright to be able to, you know, one little passage and they can tell you the title or the author, and they, you know, it's like Jeopardy. They're beeping in. It was just so much fun. It's one of my favorites, and I thank all our teachers and media specialists who brought it back. And just, it's a great month. I mean, we've had so many things going on, so many positive things with, you know, the career day and seeing all those students down there, and all the business partners were there. I mean, we even had people from Duval County. It
And
was
St. John's.
2 huge rooms full of, so it was really great. And the Golden Hammer Awards this morning was a lot of fun. And so we've just got wonderful things happening in Clay County. And now the new academy with Garber, thank you. And the Bailey Group going self-insured, and we're just, wow, Clay County is just moving and shaking. But we wouldn't be as great as we are if it weren't for all our teachers. And we know that you are the backbone of our school district. You're the reason that we're as great as we are. We made that A grade. You're compassionate with our children. We know how much you love them. And so we appreciate you. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all our teachers. And it's almost graduation, so happy graduation to all those seniors.
Ms. Clark.
I was just going to say 15 days to graduation, so talk about counting down. It's been a year and a half for me on the board, and I appreciate tolerance from everyone. I've enjoyed it, so, but we do. Most of us moved to Clay. We say it all the time, but we have a very special county. We come because parents are allowed to be involved, and we want that parent involvement, and we love our teachers. So just thank you. And this year has flown, and next year is going to fly too. So it'll be fun.
You didn't say anything about grading papers at Math Field Day.
Would you like to discuss?
We had fun in that room.
We had a little competition.
That was a fun morning,
Yeah.
but a long morning. I had to think again. I mean, it was difficult to think of all of those math problems again. Very good. Everybody has mentioned pretty much everything. Was able to attend and truly felt the frustration. Clay Virtual Academy had a quarterly forum from the various PLCs that they have, and they had it online, and they invited us. And of course, I went online, I was sitting in my dining room at the time, And sure enough, my internet went down. And I thought, oh my God, I'm supposed to be attending a Clay virtual meeting and my internet's down. And eventually I transitioned into the kitchen, got it running, everything was fine, but truly understood so many of the problems that those particular teachers run into. But they did a phenomenal job, and it was like being at a school again and enjoying what other teachers' creativity creates in you. And the ideas that they were coming up with and sharing with each other was above and beyond. So thank you so much for that. The Media Awards Night is back. We had our media presentation here, and it was fun seeing the videos that the elementary as well as the junior high and high school students present. Moana Jr. at Fleming Island Elementary was awesome. So many parents and so many people at these events are saying, isn't it great to be back together and enjoying each other again and letting these kids participate. Reinhold Awards, a number of our teachers and a number of our schools took home a little bit of money from each of these awards, which was awesome. And yes, it is Teacher Appreciation Week, and I have to do a shout out. This particular teacher is somebody that I've worked with for literally, I'm going to have to say at least the last 20 years. I became a teacher in 1999. And this particular teacher was my interning teacher. And there were two things that she said to me. She's about 5 feet tall, so she looked at me and said, wow, you're really tall. And then she proceeded to tell me when I was speaking to her on the phone that I was also the oldest intern that she had ever had, and that I indeed was older than she. And I thought, well, thanks a lot, you know. But we ended up working so well together. I ended up staying at W.E. Cherry and working with her. She was in 3rd grade. I did my interning in 3rd grade. And from this woman, I learned patience, compassion, truly understanding of each and every child's needs. And it was amazing. And the reason I want to bring Susie Daniels up, and I wish I could bring her here and show her off, because she would probably not come. She would be hiding under one of the tables going, nope, 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 it's not about me, it's about everybody else. She is celebrating her 40th year of teaching this year. And I can't say thank you enough to her for all of the students that she has had, for all of the interns she has had. She went on the website today and spoke about how I got hired and I was her intern, and one that she had when that they went into the pandemic and didn't return for the rest of the year, got hired. And she said, I have been blessed through the years with wonderful interns, and I'm so glad that most of them were hired by Clay County. So we are truly blessed to have Susie Daniels in our midst, and I just want to say congratulations to her for 40 years of giving of herself to this wonderful county. So thank you, Susie. We will see a number of you next week and at graduations, and congratulations, seniors. And on that note, our meeting is adjourned.